Dragon Age is the next woke experiment to go out there, and it already looks like it's failing. We've seen just complete dismal sales from all of these woke games out there this year, while ones that are rejecting the narrative, rejecting all the problems that are being arisen intentionally from all the SJWs and the like are succeeding. It just seems like an easy thing for a business at this point to look at and go, oh, woke equals broke. Not woke equals sales. It's that simple. We're going to get into what's going on with Dragon Age Veilgaurd and look at the rumors that the retail sales are poor, much like we saw with Star Wars Outlaws and much like we're seeing with Assassin's Creed Shadows pre-orders. Interesting stuff going on right here. Big turning point in the video game industry, and we'll get into what is going to continue out of this as well. My name is John Delarose, everybody. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about all things science fiction and fantasy. Dragon Age is a cool science fiction, or rather cool fantasy setting. And I have a fantasy setting of my own in a 6-book series called The Adventures of Baron von Monocle. Starts with For Steam and Country, which is on Amazon right here. I would love for you to check this out and read my books. I've got it on ebook and print and audio. Any way you'd like to read or listen, we got it covered for you. And I'd love for you to check this out. So it's in the description below. Thank you so much for supporting good fantasy and good alternatives to the mainstream media. We've had an amazing month so far, and I appreciate you for being here. So a new rumor claims that Dragon Age Veilgaurd retail sales are piss poor in the wake of a newly released hands-on preview trailer that was panned by gamers. Oh my gosh, absolutely terrible. So Dr. Disaster says, I have an acquaintance in the retail world, someone who runs 9 stores that sells video games, and I'm hearing that these ratios that we're seeing with damn near every video released for Dragon Age the Veilgaurd, these ratios are correlating with piss-poor pre-sales data. People are not connecting with the Veilgaurd because Dragon Age games are supposed to be dark and gritty. This looks soft. Pretty interesting when you don't actually go forward and continue with the series that you like and actually change the lore and change the settings and things like that. It just doesn't work out for fans. And I think this is an attempt, if they are actually trying to soften things, is obviously to try to appeal towards female gamers, because they keep being told over and over and over again, these companies get brainwashed, of course, that feminism is the way, that women make up the majority of gamers, and they get data that looks like that might be the case. But when you come to games like this and you come to actual PC games that are in depth like this, it's almost always men gamers who are dominating. It's like 80-90% of people who are out there. So when you're appealing to that, you're trying to appeal to people who are playing Candy Crush Saga, and that's just not going to come over here. That modern audience that you are just out there searching for like a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow just doesn't exist. Gosh, it's interesting to use the rainbow analogy. I didn't even think about that. Yay, slay queens. And so that's what all these companies have been doing. They've been hiring all these weird consulting groups. I posted on my community tab yesterday, there was an Instagram story shared by Anita Sarkeesian, the original feminist frequency lady from Gamergate, is out there offering consulting for trying to make your video games more inclusive. This is what these people do. They hire these consultants thinking that these people actually know what they're talking about. But like nobody wants to play a game involving Anita Sarkeesian. Of course that's going to fail. So you're barking up the wrong tree. Now, yesterday we covered Saber Interactive and how the CEO over there was actually interacting positively with Asmongold and his fans. When you actually interact positively with gamers and you actually focus on the gameplay being number one, like he said he was doing, and you actually remove all these woke elements, it's pretty obvious why Space Marine 2 is a success. And so it's just, gosh, it's getting to the point where it's just ridiculous. So Stuttering Craig informed That Park Place that his retail source, who previously indicated pre-order sales for Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows, are not Astrobot numbers, according to the Veilgaurd sales. Now, Astrobot, of course, did very well. It was one of the first non-woke game of the year, and that started off this trend. There was a meme going around yesterday as well, showing this like bikini car wash movie, and it put all the car wash of Stellar Blade and of Space Marine and of Black Myth Wukong and Astrobot, and then all these dorks were sitting watching across the street lonely, and it was Concord and Dustborn and Assassin's Creed Shadows. Really funny stuff. So as of this morning, the deluxe edition of the game was 14th on the PlayStation Store for pre-orders, with the base game that was 20th. And we're seeing this across the board because Star Wars Outlaws, same thing, did not get the top of the charts of PlayStation orders. And that's kind of crazy because it should. I mean, with a AAA game like that, it should be all the way at number 1 on its release day, or it should be at least in number 2, number 3, depending on what else is out. But the fact that it kind of peaked around these levels as well, very, very disconcerting for these people. And it shows that it, of course, is not selling. Absolutely crazy. Over on Steam, it is 42nd most wish-listed game, which is not a good sign either, so far down the charts. So now we've got 2 different retailers saying that the pre-orders are not there. We've got 2 different spots on Steam and on PlayStation that are showing that Dragon Age is not selling, and it's not working out very well. So the most recent preview has 321,000 views with 17,000 dislikes and 11,000 likes. It got ratioed because it doesn't look like a Dragon Age game. They mentioned that they're going to be focusing on all the crap and pronouns and things like that, and nobody actually wants this kind of thing. Nobody wants this out of Dragon Age. It's a disaster, and it's just like something that they should be learning their lesson for at this point, but for some reason, they're not. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Check out some great fantasy right here. This gets darker as it goes along. It starts off pretty light, but it picks up real fast in the subsequent books. Check it out. It's in the description below. Thank you guys for supporting our books. We'll be back soon.